Today we got Daniel calling in from Canada. Daniel, you are live on Truth Wanted. What's going on?
Well, I was telling your call screener that, I called in last week under the screen name of Castle of Og.
Yes.
I've just been using some funny screen names just for, entertainment.
I'll be honest, I didn't get the joke, and somebody had to explain it to me afterwards that it was a Monty Python thing, and I didn't know that.
Yes.
So I'm glad you're choosing a different name this week so that I don't feel dumb for not getting a Monty Python joke.
I think I've run out of funny names. I was just having a little fun, but we had the discussion about the face on Mars.
Yes,
and I contend that NASA lied about the second image when the second image came out. And
so for context, for folks who mixed last week, you called in last week saying the face on Mars, I think it's called Cydonia, that they made some sort of announcement. NASA did when it first came out back in '76, but like that, you were saying that announcement wasn't a real announcement; it was like a leak. But then they supposedly made a second announcement, and that the image was not real, like it was doctored. Actually, I forget what you said about it, to be honest with you.
But no.
Yeah.
Can I clear it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I said was that the first images came out, and people started seeing a face.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's what it was.
And then the NASA said it's just shadows and light because we have a second picture of the area of Cydonia, and there's no face to be seen. Well, at least that's what it says in this book. The book is called The Martian Enigmas, a closer look, and it's by a guy named Mark J. Carlotto, who is a imaging processing expert. He has a PhD in electrical engineering, and he was a adjunct professor at Boston University. And he's got a good career. He's a good scientist. It's not just some crank who just writing out this just to talk about aliens on Mars. But anyways, then you found something on an astronomy site, and it had a different story. And then you guys said, I got it all wrong. This book is wrong, and that astronomy site had it 100% right. And this book is all bullshit, and I'm full of shit, right? Because I believe this. But this astronomy site was perfect, and it's just not true. That didn't prove anything. That just proves that they had one version of it, and this book has another version of it. But what I'm upset about, what I'm really upset about, we can agree to disagree, right? But the segment came out today on your website, and the title is driving me nuts. The title says, NASA lied about Mars and AI proved it. I never said anything about AI. And then the secondary title gets even worse. It says, NASA lied about the face on Mars. AI told me so. When the fuck did I say anything about AI during that conversation? I've never talked to you about AI.
I'll be honest, I did not post the video clips today. So, we have a crew that helps with making the clips and stuff. So, if it's an inaccurate title, we can certainly change that. I don't know the context of it, so I'd have to see. But, like if that's really what you're upset about, we could talk about it. You could send me an email. We can kind of correct that. But, you definitely said NASA lied. I mean, at least that part's true. I guess, but the AI part, that's kind of what you're mad about?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I stand by my belief that NASA lied. But I never said anything about AI, especially when
this could have been an email, Daniel. We could have figured it out. You got to call me out live on the show saying my titles are wrong. Okay, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. Again, I'll have to look at it. But yeah, this show's made by a bunch of different people. It's not just me. So you know what? I'll put a pin in it, and we can figure it out. But I can't do that live while I'm on the air. I'm not going to go here asking the crew, being like, "Hey, did you put this title up?" What do you want me to do about it right now?
Yeah, I'm not expecting you to change the title right now. I'm just saying that when I see titles like that, and even the previous week, another segment when I called in about Armstrong's saying about the true protective layers, right? Remember we talked about that. That segment had the screen, the thumbnail had a picture of Kelly giving me 2 thumbs down with this sour look on his face. And I'm wondering, what the fuck did I say that was so horrible that it prompted that type of look? I mean, do you guys think
Well, you said that NASA lied and that there's actually aliens on Mars. Like, I don't know. I don't think he was happy about that. I think he thought that was BS, you know?
But
Daniel, is that why you wanted to call me about our editorial decisions on how we do our thumbnails and titles on YouTube? Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, because
I'm sorry.
I don't want to call in anymore.
Okay, well, look, all right. Again, you know what? I'll talk with the crew about it later. And we'll see that our titles are accurate. I definitely don't want to have inaccurate titles, right? Definitely don't want to do that. And you know, like YouTube and Thinker could probably say the same thing, right? And TikTok's the same way. We post stuff to TikTok too. You know, like you don't have to be a little bit salacious, but I don't want to be untrue. I definitely don't want to be untrue in anything I say, right? So you know, well, I'll talk to them about it and we'll see what we can do. Okay, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable for you know to call in anymore, right? How does that sound? Yeah. Can I do that for you, Daniel?
Yeah, but let me make it clear that the call screeners always make it clear that if you go on air, they may make a segment about it. So they always make that clear. So I'm not faulting you guys. Like, it's your show, and I realize the risk. But like I said, I just don't like it. I don't know. The AI thing is what bothers me because I never said that.
All right. Tell you what, you know, we'll look into it. And we'll try to figure it out. Okay. All right. I don't know what you're trying to do. Call me out live on blast, but you know what? I respect it. So I'll give you that one, Daniel. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that. Can we have a different conversation that we can bring the Thinker into it? Because right now this is a, you know, you got beef with me right now, and Thinker doesn't have anything to say on the conversation.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I mean, UFO related. There's been some interesting stories. One was an astronomer from Norway or something, who looked at all these photographic plates from like the astronomers from these astronomers from the 1950s.
Okay. Well, how about this? Satellites. Can we run it back a bit? Because let's talk about the face on Mars just briefly, because that's what we were talking about last time. I still want to understand your take on the situation. So you think that there were aliens that lived on Mars and built a human-like face structure at some point, but now the aliens maybe still live there, but we don't have good pictures of them, or they live underground? Like, what is the narrative? Because that really troubles me the most, I think. Is so from what I understand, it's just a rock out in space with no life on it whatsoever. But you have a different idea of what's going on. Can you explain that to me?
Okay. Well, like I sent you some of the. I think that the face on Mars is the tip of the iceberg of the anomalies that are being seen.
Okay.
When you really look at NASA photographs and you take away that orange pink color, that filter that they put everything through, and I think what that face on Mars shows is that there were 2 civilizations. I think it was like a humanoid race, and there's also a civilization of little beings. I think they live together. I think they live side by side.
Oh, okay. So there's 2 races on Mars that live side by side. You got humanoid ones anymore. And Smurfs. Oh, not anymore.
Well,
okay.
I think there was some. No, a couple of weeks ago, someone called about that. This thing about there was a nuclear war on Mars, about the isotope rate or something about Mars.
Yep.
And that's what I think. I don't know. I'm not saying nuclear war, but I think something happened. I think there was a civilization. I think it got wiped out, and what remains are these little fellas. I think they survived it.
Why do you think little people? What is the rationale for? I get like an ancient civilization, they're gone because of nuclear war, like that tracks. But why is there another one? Why do we think that's going on?
Because I think they live underground.
Oh, they live
think they're
underground.
beings.
Why?
Well,
Why? How do we know that?
Because I sent you a couple pictures that shows what look like little beings, and they seem to be working on the surface, and they're
right.
And two of them, they're near. You see like holes near them that looks like where they could be coming from, and that's what I think. That's what I think it looks like. I think there's.
I've been talking a lot here, Thinker. Go ahead.
I just want to know, like the picture that says there's a bear's face on Mars. That orbiter captured the bear's face. Like, is that? Do you think bears look like that? Like you're not. You don't look at these pictures and see what's that illness that people have when they see a face and everything. What
pareidolia.
Pareidolia.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
No. You don't think that this is possibly what's happening when you look at these pictures?
No, I don't, because if you look at the original two pictures, and that's the point of this book. I mean, you can look it online, by the way. This book by
I see it on Amazon. The
it's
Martian.
$40.
Yeah, it is. I see 55. That's
really?
new, I guess.
What?
Didn't he say that the book was full of shit for it to be?
Well, I mean, I'm spitballing here. I think it's full of shit because, like, it sounds like it's full of shit. I haven't read it, but it is a real book. The Martian Enigmas: The Face, Pyramids, and Other Unusual Objects on Mars by Mark J. Carlotto, written in October of 1997. So, and he, if this Amazon article is correct about him, he does have a PhD in electrical engineering, which is cool. It's not astronomy, but
Yeah, I'm just trying to feel like have you look up the picture of the bear's face on Mars? Like, this looks like a bear you would see on Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Crew, can we get that picture of the bear face on Mars? Can we put that on screen? Because you're right, that does look funny. But yeah, like you're saying, I agree with you, Thinker. It's like we can get funny pictures of Mars and probably find all kinds of weird shapes and objects, right? I don't see why the Cydonia picture, the one that looks like a human face, will be any different from that.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Look at that. You can see segments of the book are shown in the. I'm not sure if it's Amazon. I looked up Carlotto, and I found another book and he's even got stuff on that new picture that was released. He's got analysis of that. He still thinks it's a face, and I think NASA's. The issue is, like, you keep asking me, why would NASA lie about it?
I mean, that literally you just read my mind. Why?
Because it would be what's the term? A paradigm shift in our civilization if we found out if that was the face, because that would mean that there was a humanoid race on that planet at some point. I don't know when.
But why lie about it? Like, what do you mean it would be a paradigm shift? Like, why lie about it?
For now, because it's connected. I think it would be connected to the whole UFO issue and the issue of whether aliens are behind it. And the whole military industrial complex, how, that's a very tricky thing. Like, Dan, you've admitted this, that the military would want to keep things like this secret if it meant, a vast change in technology that could mean super weapons that we've never seen before, right?
This is, yes, and you're referring to this position, and I've said this before many times on the show, but I'll elucidate again for those who've never heard this. For the conspiracy types, this is the one point I always give them, right? Which is, why would our government lie about aliens? I actually think there could be reasons why. There could be international reasons, like international security reasons why, right? If you have contact with an interstellar being, right, you want to be the first to contact them so they help the US and not the Ruskies, right? Okay, so that's a reason. I think that makes sense. And also, you're right, it is a paradigm shifting thing that would affect the public would go nuts if there's like, hey, there's grays out there and stuff, right? So yeah, I could see
Right.
agree, because like other governments lie all the time. I don't see, and the U.S. says about some things. I could see that as a point, but that by itself is not enough, right? There has to be more than just they could, right?
What I'm asking, like, I understand why they would lie about if they were saying that they exist and they're alive, but if they're seeing some head buried in the ground that's dead on Mars, like why lie about that? Like it's not like they're saying that they're talking to it and that it's like flying over us in a UFO, right? Like why lie about saying, oh, there used to be life on Mars, but no, it died out.
That's a great point. Thinker has a great point. Why would, if it's used to be life on Mars, but I guess in your view there still is life, they're just little tiny beings for some reason. I guess.
But I think that's just one. Again, Dan, I just think it's one aspect of it. Ufology is a whole. You know, there's the sightings, there's abductions, there's crop circles, there's the cattle mutilations.
Yeah, but
there's a whole.
That's way different. That's way different. That's, I mean, you have to say that the little people on Mars also have UFOs and are coming to Earth and doing all that stuff like that. We got to take it one claim at a time here. You know, like if those are the same beings or different beings, I don't know, but like, you know.
I'm just saying, if they have to admit one thing, I think they'd have to admit other things that they don't want to admit. And again,
maybe
I even gave you the Brookings Institute report from the 1960s, done before the space program, as the space program was launched, where they talked about what would be the impact if we found alien life on the moon.
Yeah.
And they said that it.
Yeah.
They said,
again, I'm not debating with you whether or not there would be good reason to lie. Okay, that's because that's not my issue. My issue is how do we know that they are lying? That's the difference, right? Like I don't understand the narrative of, oh, NASA had a photo of Mars's face that they didn't mean to release, but they did on accident, which I think is what you were saying. And then now they have to cover it up and pretend like, oh, it wasn't actually a face. It's actually just pareidolia, right? Like that's the narrative that you said is what's happened, right? That doesn't make sense to me. Why would it even be, you know, like it's because like I imagine on a planet like Mars, there's going to be stuff that looks like other things. Like Thinker already pointed this out. There's a face of a bear that's on Mars. So like, why would it not be reasonable that it's just another thing that looks like a thing on Mars? There we go. We got the bear picture up. Look at that. That's a goofy looking bear. That's like, you're right. That's a Saturday morning cartoon ass bear.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yogi.
Yeah, but like I just, you know, it's a probability thing. What is it? What's the likelihood of this is just a thing that looks like a thing rather than, oh, this is actually a bigger cover up, right? Like I would need more to the cover up thing than just the story of a picture, right?
Before you answer, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead, Thinker.
Yeah, like, are you saying that NASA has already made contact with these beings on another planet, and that's what they're covering up? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Okay. They just saw it, but they're not doing anything about it. Like, what's the idea?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I would not know.
Well, you apparently know they're hiding shit. You don't know that they made contact with them?
Yeah. Maybe they're hiding it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's just a little confusing because, like, we've sent stuff to Mars, right?
What?
Like, we got a rover and shit. I saw The Martian. You know, we've sent stuff over there. So, like, presumably they would have made contact, right?
Yeah. I guess with the little fellas.
Yeah, with the little fellas on Mars. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Something I never told you. There's something I never told you.
Okay.
There's also a picture of one of these little fellas, and they seem to be dead inside the wheel hub of the rover. Like maybe the rover ran it over.
What? The rover ran over the little fellas?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why didn't you send me that picture? I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
I'm trying to find it. It's very sad. I think it's very sad if that's true, if I'm right.
Those rovers are not moving that fast. How did they run them over?
Maybe the guy just came up on it and he tried to check it out. And imagine if you were a little fella and you see this big fucking robot coming down your, maybe you want to go and I don't know, check it out.
You're saying he's like a squirrel that ran across the road, like it's just a roadkill situation? I don't know if I buy that, man. That's
sort of. No, I think the little guy probably tried to check it out or something, and
Oh, Daniel.
I'm looking for this picture.
Daniel.
Is the picture on Google?
Okay,
Daniel?
I mean, again, I just think it's a big issue. I think there's all sorts. Right now you have all these hearings going on in Washington and all this shit, right?
Yeah, but that's with UFOs and stuff. That's not with Mars.
What?
That's different.
Well, again, I think ultimately it is connected to Mars. I think this all connects in the big picture.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else to say or add to this, Thinker. What do you think?
I'm trying to find out. I want to see the picture of the rover running over the Smurf.
I want to see Papa Smurf stuck up in the wheel.
I see a picture where there's blue dust on Mars, and I'm wondering if that was the
blue dust. That's what's left of the Smurf.
Ran over. Yeah, like I'm seeing that picture. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Daniel. Yeah. I don't think there's little people on Mars. I don't think there we go. Crew made an edit of our little bear picture. That's great. That's good. Yeah, those of you listening, don't have access to video. The crew has made a picture, taken the screenshot of Mars of the bear picture, and have added a bow tie and some ears, and it looked good. I like it.
Kelly, no, I'm joking.
You guys always make fun of me. You guys always ridicule me. You guys always ridicule me.
Daniel, you don't have to call into the show, right? I mean, like you're bringing your ideas to the table, and look, I'll be honest. I am nicer to you than other people who have been on the show, right? Because in most contexts, yeah, your ideas seem a little ridiculous. It's a little silly, I think, and I think you have to accept that reality a little bit.
No, I do. I mean, I wish you guys give me credit. At least I'm calling in
I respect the fact that you're
skeptical people.
I respect the fact that you're bringing your ideas to the table, and you have to respect that I think that they're silly. I'm not going to tell you, oh, well, we're just going to think that this is okay, because it's not. Like, it's not real, right? I don't think it's real. Okay. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, maybe this could be a possibility. I don't think that would be honest of me, right?
No, I agree. But I'm
okay.
But I'm being honest too. I'm just trying to be honest.
Okay. So why do you have a problem with me saying this is ridiculous if that's how I honestly feel about it?
No, I don't have any problem with it, but I just sometimes you make images, you kind of make fun of me. You put up some goofy alien image or stuff like that.
Oh, you're talking about little aliens that are getting run over by rovers. What do you want me to say? Like, I don't know. Well, you want me to be nicer to you about it? Like, I can.
Maybe it's not.
But it is. What do you mean? That's right? What I don't know. Daniel, I'm not going to argue with you about it. You already put me on live. Like, you put me on blast at the beginning of this show. And like, I'm not going to sit here and coddle you with it, man. It's like, it's silly stuff. It's silly. It's not, it's hard for me to take seriously, I guess. Like if this was real, we need to have better evidence than just, here's a picture I found on the internet one time of a thing that looks like got stuck in a rover. Like I just, I need more than that. Right. Like, okay. Like, I don't know. I was about to make a comparison that I don't think would be appropriate for the show, but whatever. I don't know, Daniel. We have other callers that want to talk to us. Is there anything else you want to say before we let you go?
No, I just said I sent you images before. I kind of hoped was instead of just looking at it for 2 seconds and making a judgment, I kind of hoped that you'd kind of on your own time take a look at the picture closely and give it a few like 10 minutes of your life. I know you're busy. You got a life and you got a wife now, and good luck to your marriage. And
thank you.
I just hope you can take a few seconds, just a few minutes of your life to really examine these pictures, because I'm not just making this up. I'm not just seeing things. There are other people who agree. There are other people who agree with me, of course, but I expect the skepticism from you guys. I mean, I'm calling the atheist community of Austin, right? I mean, that's what I expect. I mean,
yeah.
You invite this topic, and I call in.
Yeah, and look, okay, if you send us pictures of the Smurf thing, I'm sorry I'm calling it the Smurf thing if that's disrespectful. I don't know why you feel like it's disrespectful. You don't know these aliens, but You know, if you send in pictures of the little people getting, if you send in pictures of the little people, I don't want to say little people either, because they're not people. I guess they're aliens. But if you send pictures of the little aliens being run over by the rover, we'll look at it on the show. Okay, we'll look at it on the show. I will do that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you haven't sent pictures in a long time. It's been like I don't know how many months, but it's been a long time since you sent in pictures.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't had much to look at. Okay, sound good?
Gotcha.
All right.
Sure.
All right, Daniel, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for calling in, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Wow, what a call. Thank you. What do you think about this? Because
I think you should edit the picture of the bear next time, instead of when you do when you clip this segment and you post it. I think the bear
should be in the thumbnail. Yeah, 100%. And then, you know, what would be even funnier is if we said like, man believed AI told them that bear, like we just lie. That would be really funny.
Before you got hit over by a rover.
Yeah. Like, okay, if our titles are inaccurate and are not exact quotes, that is a problem, you know, and I'll look into that. Sorry, like I don't title every single thing, right? It goes through our crew and stuff, and we have a process. So I can talk to the crew about that. But like, you can't complain about us saying the ideas are ridiculous. Like, I don't agree with that. And he backpedaled on that a little bit, but it's like, you're the one bringing it here to us to talk about, right? Yeah. Like, if you want, I'm not going to call you and say, oh yeah, this is perfectly fine, acceptable. I'll explore it with you, but like, we got to make a judgment call at the end of the day. And from what I've heard and seen, I'm not impressed with what's been brought to the table. I mean, do you agree with that? Do you think I should be nicer to this, or what do you think?
No. Yeah. And then he said, like, he literally said that when he calls in, he knows what to expect, right? Like, so he's just complaining.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's what we were talking about at the beginning.
We're, we, like you said, our call screeners let people know, hey, this show's live and it's recorded, and we do it for, like, this is the most ethical. We try to make a call-in show, like, seriously, like it you know, there's people that do it way worse than us. I'll tell you that. But you know, I don't know, man. I want to see the Smurfs on Mars, though. I'll tell you that.
I do too. If he said it to you, send it to me, because I want to see it.
All right, I'll loop you in on that. I'll CC you. Subject, Smurfs on Mars. .jpg. That'd be awesome. But no, last time, and you missed this, but like last time he sent stuff, we did look at the images, and it just looked like a bunch of rocks, like on Mars, like taken from the Viking rover or whatever. And he was like, no, you got to look at it with a magnifying glass. Like, he literally said, we got to look at the pixels. And it's just like, what am I supposed to tell you? It doesn't look like an alien. It looks like a rock, you know? So I don't know.
Maybe on Mars, rocks are aliens.
Yeah, maybe the rock, rock beings, like golems.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a new angle. I could work with that.